What's happening, y'all? Here we are on Thursday, June the 23rd, with another episode of We Got Next. Time to get some cash, y'all. What's up? I got Mikey Hova here with me again today. He's going to give us his perspective on a game. Mikey put it to us straight yesterday. Gave us the Liberty plus 10. That was a hitter, and Patrick Henry did us right. What's good, Mikey?
Nothing much, man. That Liberty team is a very, very exciting team, man. I love watching them play.
Yeah, they're on point, man. They're doing well. I texted Mikey yesterday when Han Shu was announced she wasn't going to play. He said, "I don't care." so I love it. All right, we got Real Deal Prime here. Ron Walsek. Hey, bro, you got me. You coaxed me into taking the over, or not taking the over, but putting in an extra play on that the other day on Bet with the Bag, and I caught my first L by going against you, man. Good call on that, Ron, on that under. Tori Coker, what's good? Gerald Martinez, our guy, man, what's good? Andres Laura, what's up, brother? Good to see you in here. Good to have you. Let's get right to it. We're going to go to our first game, and we have let me see here, Indiana Fever and the Dallas Wings. The Indiana Fever coming off a pretty lengthy layoff here. Last game they played was 4 days ago, so not a lengthy layoff, but compared to other teams, compared to the Wings, I mean, the Wings just played the other day against Atlanta, so the rest advantage is with the Fever. Once you start it off, Mikey, tell us your thoughts on this game, and I'll let everybody know mine.
All right, I'll start off with giving you guys the recent betting trends. The Fever are 4-6 ATS in their last 10 games. They're 5-5 straight up, 5-5 on the over under in their last 10 games. 5-4 and 1 ATS in their last 10 games. The Wings are 7-3 over under in their last 10 games. So like you said, the Fever, they're coming off a layoff. Actually, I think they played pretty well their last time out. Before this layoff, I believe they squeaked out a win, right, against the Sky. Yeah, that was an upset. So even though they're at the bottom of the standings, you guys always say, they're a very, very young team, but they're also a very, very exciting team to watch as well. They like to get up and down the floor. They don't always make the best decisions, and they do have a problem defending. But, you want to watch some exciting basketball. I always tune in and watch them. We know they have Kelsey Mitchell. She's been the driving force behind the little success that they have had. But Nalissa Smith, the number 2 pick out of Baylor, she started coming to her own. She had 26 and 11 last game. Shooting 11 for 17. So, this team right here, this is going to be a project. The thing with young teams like this, they're going to be real, real high after a win like this. So it's a good possibility that they can come back and go real, real low. You guys already know what the Wings bring to the table. Defensively, they dominated the Sparks last time out. Held them to 40% shooting, 25% shooting beyond the arc, and they forced 17 turnovers. That team is really, really good. Their guard play, in my opinion, I think they have probably the best guard play in the entire league. So anyhow, I was thinking about this, and I was just like, man, I don't know, because I don't know how Indiana's going to come out. The line is at 8.5, I believe. So my safe pick, is going to be the under 170. I'm taking the under 170. Dallas has real good defense, and I think Indiana might come out a little bit cold because they've been off a while. So that's my official pick.
All right, that sounds good. I hear you on that. I'm finding it very hard to get behind the Wings at such a high number.
Yes.
8.5 is a lot of points against a young team like the Fever. Now, if I'm going any way with this, it's going to be the Fever first half plus the 4.5. I hear what you're saying about them, coming off such a good win the other day. But I think the Fever bring it, man. I think they come in this game and they bring it. Joe Hill, what's good, brother? Good to see you in here. Danny Lopez, Chris Martinez, good to see you guys. Let's move on to the next game because we're short on time here. Next game we have is the Lynx and the Mercury. And shoot, I was just looking at something on here and I saw Jay Peasy, my guy. You missed the boat on the Lynx, man. I gave it out today on the betting with the bag. You see what happens when I give plays out on betting with the bag? Those lines flip. Now the line flipped because Sylvia Fowles was announced in the night. So good for her. I was surprised at that, and I'm on the Lynx here. Just because of the fact that one they're going to get a locker room boost with Sylvia Fowles in there, and normally when a player comes back, I try and fade the team, but I was already on the Lynx before they announced that. Just from when you play these back to backs, usually you flip the script and the games go opposite of what they went the last game. But this year, when they play at each home team in each city, it seems that the same team wins the next game. So I was going with that theory with this because both these teams are pretty evenly matched, and and I just think that the Mercury are hitting a wall and are really focused too much on really have Brittany Griner in their head, and I think it's affecting them on the court. You have anything on this game, Mikey?
I don't have a play on this game. I'm staying away from games that the Mercury are involved in. They're too inconsistent for me. However, I will say this: it's a great thing to have Sylvia Fowles back. She's done a lot in her career in this league. I will say this to y'all: think about how the Lynx have to play now, because when Sylvia was out, they were more perimeter oriented. Now that she's back, which she's going to take up some of those minutes from Jessica Shepard. Since she's been out, Jessica Shepard's been doing a really, really good job on the boards, and her points per game have went up. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic that we have to pay attention to. So that Lynx team that we've been seeing without Sylvia, we don't know how they're going to look with Sylvia because she's going to have to get her touches on the inside. So
yeah. When I saw that, I kind of thought twice about my play, just because of what you just said. So it's got me. The play's in. I got it at plus 110. Nothing I can do about it now. And Ski was on the other side with Phoenix, and he was thinking. We both talked about it, and he was thinking about hedging it and going out. And I'm like, I'm sticking where I'm at. He said he's sticking where he's at, and that's where we go. So I know Ski was thinking about flipping over to the Lynx, and I hear what you're saying with Shepard's been playing 31 minutes. She's getting 13 boards a game. That's huge. But you're getting the bulk of your points from Mariah Jefferson, and Kayla McBride and Ariel Powers. Those three are still in there. They just have that extra option to feed inside for Sylvia Powles. Now, I don't expect her to get too many minutes tonight, man, to be honest with you. So we'll see how that plays out. So let's get on to the next game here, and we have the actually, let me take a look at the chat. I don't want to ignore you guys. Well, JPZ, I got it at 110, but that was before betting with the bag, and it was actually early this morning, and then Jimmy found me a 109, I think, or something around there, for his purposes. Dabby Cab, good to see you, bro. Real Deal Prime. Joe Hills, you like Minnesota halftime, huh? Okay, all right. All right. So let's get Ryan Kozlowski. Do you still like it laying the 3? Did you cap this game without Fowles? Yeah, I capped the game without Fowles. I didn't know Fowles was coming in until about an hour ago. So I haven't capped the game with Fowles, to be honest with you. So I can't really give you an option. I would say the money line. Don't know what the money line would be at this point, but That would be my play if I was going to play it. And Abel likes the over in the Fever Wings game and the over in the Sky Sparks game. So Abel's going against you there in that.
The money line is minus 139 Minnesota.
Yeah, I think I'd lay that. I don't like playing money lines though, but it depends. It depends on what you like. It's everybody's preference. So, Bruce Park, dogs have been barking last 3 days in the WNBA. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. So next game up, we have the shoot. Let me get back to it. Washington Mystic and the Seattle Storm. Now this game here, the Mystic coming off a loss in Los Angeles. This is going to be a tough one, I think, because I think Seattle needs to win this game for themselves. Seattle needs to really feel like they can contend against a top tier team. So, I expect this to be a hard fought battle. If I'm going to take the Mystic, I think it's going to be in the first half. I like Seattle full game. Have not pulled the trigger on it yet. Mikey, what are your thoughts on this? Let's try and keep this moving.
All right. Recent betting trends: Mystics are 4-6 ATS. Their last 10 games, and the Storm are 4-6 ATS. The Storm have been actually playing pretty good as of late. They come in with a record of 10-6. 5-game road trip. I believe they won 4 out of their last 5 games. So I think their only defeat came to Connecticut. So they've actually been playing really, really well as of late. For me, I just think this is a good spot. Just right now, Seattle's been rolling. Washington has been kind of up and down. Do you know if Della Dawn is playing tonight?
No, she's not going to play tonight. I expect her if she's going to play anytime, it's going to be Saturday against the Aces.
Okay, all right. So I just got to take the points with Seattle at 4.5. Seattle's just, I think they're finally getting their groove back, and they have too many weapons in Washington right now. I think the Della Dawn in and out is starting to catch up to them right now. It's a chemistry issue. So I'm going to take the Seattle Storm minus 4.5.
It's at 4.5 now. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Della Dawn, they were talking about getting her on a plane, and I don't think they've done that yet. I think they're going to do it and put her out in Vegas. So if she shows up, it's going to be Saturday against the Aces. And
Martinez said that he saw on Twitter that she was playing. He said he saw her warming up, but he doesn't see any line movement. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. There hasn't been any line movement. I haven't seen anything. I can check the injury report while Parlay Teece gives y'all his thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I follow Copeland, and I didn't see that, Martinez. So I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I'm curious about that now. You got me going through and looking, and I don't really want to do that while we're on the show. But Sue Bird, I see the Sue Bird. Shakira Austin. Where do you see? Oh, there she is. Okay. All right. I see it. All right. There you go. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if she's there, I would assume she plays, So, that's all I can really say about that. I mean,
my pick is based on the fact that she's not playing. So if it turns out that she's playing, then I'm going to have to disregard that pick. And then I'll tweet an updated pick at Mikey_Hova.
Yeah. Yeah, that's shocking to me, to be honest with you. So I guess the Mystics are really after that loss.
I haven't heard anything about it, and that changes everything.
Yeah, it does. It does change everything. I'll have to look deeper into that and check out some other sources and see what I can pull up. But that was good. That was good info, Martinez. I appreciate that, brother. So anyway, Ron Walsh.
They're at home, right?
They're in Seattle. TV announcers Sunday.
Okay.
Was going to play in Seattle. Did they? Okay.
Yes.
I missed that. Okay. Well, then I guess she's in. There we go. I mean, it opened 2.5. Now it's 4.5, which I found odd. Okay. What's my first?
Let me. Okay, so now that they're playing in Seattle, so I'll just go ahead and keep that. I'm cool with that. I'm still cool because Seattle at home, they're even more dangerous. I'm still Seattle -4.5.
Yeah, and I'm taking Washington first half. I'm gonna lock that in, and so that's it. Yeah, if everybody could just press the like button for us all, we'd appreciate that. Let's get to the Chicago Sky and the LA Sparks. We have the Sky giving 4.5 to the Sparks. That line was at 7.5 last night. It's down. People are feeling that the Sparks are going to have a little resurgence here, which I kind of agree with this line movement just because the Sky coming back. They had to put out a lot of energy to come back from 28 down against the Aces and pull out that victory. You gotta really think like how much are they going to be into this game here, especially with with their next game being against they have the Lynx and then the Sun, so they've got to they come back home, but this next week they got to be thinking the Sun, but the Sparks after that game against the Aces, I think they're going to be a little surprised at the Sparks team they get. I like the Sparks first half in this. Have not pulled the trigger, but I most likely will. And I'm actually thinking about taking the Sparks on the money line on this as well. I think it was like plus 180 or something. But what are your thoughts, Mikey?
Hey, what's up, Lil James? My strong play is Lil James. I like that under in the Dallas game, that under 170. And this is one of the plays I really like today that I'm about to get into. Is I like the Sky money line. The recent betting trends for this game: the Sky are 5-5 ATS in their last 10, and the Sparks are 5-5 ATS in their last 10. The Sparks, like Parlay Teece said, people feel like they're resurging a little bit. They were in a good spot, and I took them again, and they actually ended up winning their last matchup. And the Sky, they had a record comeback. They were down 28 points to the Aces, I believe.
Yeah.
But I still think, look, we're talking about the defending champion, so I always have to give them their respect. They have a good core, good nucleus of veteran players, and I'm gonna pick them to get the job done. I'm still not sold on the Sparks. They still have problems. Yes, they did win their last game. They've been playing a little bit better, I guess, as of late. But I got to ride with the defending champs. Candace is coming back home. She's going to put on a show. We all know what Vandersloot brings to the table. Meesman, Cooper, all of them. Like, this team is – let's not forget about this team because they do have a good chance of repeating. So I'm taking the Chicago Sky straight up money line.
Okay. All right. I hear you on that. And, JPZ, if you're talking about the last time that these guys played, that was May 6th. That was the first game of the season. And I really don't think that that's playing too much in the Sky's mind, considering the difference of where they're at in the standings. That last game was pretty big for the Sky just because you had, they both are going to be playing in the Commissioner's Cup final, and the Sky wanted to show that they belonged and they were going to be a force for the Aces in that Commissioner's Cup in July. So, I have to feel that they exerted a lot of energy in that game. I am on the Sparks first half, thinking about the Sparks full game, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there, but I will get there for the first half. And let me see what else we got going here before we get out of here. Sparks not good at all. James, I think their problems Liz Cambage, man, to be honest with you. I really do. She just plays. She makes me ill watching her play.
She's been playing like super lazy this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nonchalant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was she doesn't even look like the same player. I thought the Sparks were gonna blow up. I was so happy for them and Liz. I'm like, oh, it's finna get on popping. And she just does not look like the same player. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that's where I stand. Guys, we got to get out of here. The daily session is about to kick off. So I appreciate everybody coming out. Apologize, we got to rush through this. If you miss anything, catch it on the replay. Please remember to bet responsibly. And I'm sorry, we just don't have time for the $2 parlay. So, we'll have to get it on Sunday. All right, guys. So thanks again for coming out. Big show. Take them out. Appreciate you.